Conspicuously known for its magnificent timber production, Samaboy, a farming community in the Western region, is the last town that separates the Western region and the Western North region. In no time, if all things be equal, this enclave will witness a historic moment in the annals of Ghanaian football known as the Samartex Dream. This is where FC Samartex 1996 originates, and a giant history beckons for them. The Timber Giants are the top of the ongoing Ghana Premier League, a position they have held since week 14 of the Ghana Premier League. They have placed a lock between them and the rest of the 17 teams who have found it difficult to climb. Least of all, think of dislodging them from the summit of the league. To continue enjoying the keenly ride, FC Samartex were eager to put Accra Great Olympics to the sword, an opponent they have struggled to face after drawing in their last 3 encounters. A boogie-side Olympics held Samartex. First half, no goal. Second, same. Fans and officials were sitting on pins, thorns and hooks, asking several questions when cometh the goal. After several waiting, striker Kwesi Owusu came to the rescue of the homesteads with a blistering goal, putting the Sarge supporters in an expectant mood.
The history with Samartex and Olympics has been that always when they come, the game is either draw in most cases. So today, Samartex winning over Olympics has brought the excitement. And looking at the game during the first half, things were very rough. We were praying to score them. You know, this is the fortress. This season, anything that comes here gets either Samartex get a win over anything that we have played over here. So that's been the constant plan. That has been the status quo. That is why you can see the excitement here and there.
We don't have any types of entertainment. We are just indoors. So I think the FC Samartex club has bring a lot of impact in our community, because Sunday our parents find it difficult to go out for fun, so they just come here to enjoy and have fun small. And I think Samartex is gonna win. I'm sure, 100% sure they are gonna win. Yeah, so they should keep going. We are here for them.
We want to win the title this year and then go to Africa as well. You see, we are a new team in the league, but we are doing very well. We've lost only one home match here. For this place, it's called the fortress. Whenever you come here, no matter what, you will lose. As you can see, Olympics is losing now, and whoever comes here will lose as well. We are very excited by the officiating too. We are very pleased with everything.
Good burst of play from Samartex. This time the shot on target. Oh!
Life in the lower tier of Ghana football was excruciating and heart-wrenching, a situation FC Samartex 1996 was desperate to exit. Before the gaining promotion for the 2022-2023 Ghana Premier League, they had flirted with Division 1 and 2 on several instances. It was their decision to run the team as a fan club until the realization to transition to a more professional and business-oriented entity. While acknowledging the impact of Edmond Aka as general manager of the club and his lieutenant, Paul Ayamba, president of the club, Richard Dia in Century, espoused the difficulties they faced before picking their Premier League status.
Samartex was formed in 1995. We started our operations here in 1995 from the old company ATMP, and definitely if you see our location, we are basically located out of the main cities. So as part of our entertainment to keep our workers happy, we were just playing departmental leagues, especially on May Day and sometimes on 6 months, sometimes a gala, sometimes a league. Sometimes a top 4, sometimes it was a top 10, and we always involve the community. But the old company already had a team, so we decided to start from our team, and we started playing Division 3. Then we entered into Division 2, finally to Division 1. We came back again to Division 2 and came back again to Division 1. But as the interest was growing over the years, then we thought, why don't we really commercialize it? That apart from the entertainment, we can also give people opportunity to start a professional league itself. So definitely with Division 2 and Division 1, it was all professional league. But then we decided that we stayed too long in the lower tiers of Ghana football, So again, let's go on another level where we join the elite Ghana Premier League. So after 26 years of back and forth, we finally got into the Ghana Premier League.
At the start of the 2023-2024 league season, FC Samartex were nowhere in the books of the analysts nor the connoisseurs as regard the winners of the league. But when the race started, with their youthful exuberance, resilience, belief, and charisma, they have defied the odds and logic, and when they claimed the top spot after 14 weeks, they have not looked back. This is as a result of turning the Ancestral Park into a fortress.
And managed to come back on his feet and looking for more options. Francis Jetua did very well. And then eventually it was the head on target by Evans Osei-Wusu.
Kick goes over it. Education delivers. Baba Musa with a chance. And Samartex with the first goal. It was always going to be him.
A venue, no team, takes delight in traveling to. This, the managing director of Samartex Timber and Plywood, the president of the club, Richard Dia, in such a sheds light on the heart and efforts invested in this dream.
Definitely, it's unity, and also the socio-economic impact can never be overemphasized. It's huge. I mean, if you look at a place like this, the nearest football club in the Premier League is BBNE. BBNE, as you all know, is about 120 kilometers from here or more. And when you take, you also have Mediama, which is also very far. So basically, when you look at all this enclave, when I mean this enclave, I mean Alwyn Suaman and then Wasa Memphis. There is basically no football club in the Premier League. So it definitely has a huge impact.
Relatively young side and the second in the league after Accra Lions, the only experienced players in the fold of Samartex FC are Emmanuel Kayeke and James Sewono, who have been instrumental with the Timbers project. Emmanuel Kayeke is already a Premier League winner in his days at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and as this would look to be his second, he talks about the relationship with his young colleagues and the special feeling the second Premier League triumph would come for him.
Stretching the league with 7 points is something very huge. It's not easy, so we will surely deliver. When it comes to experience, I can say above a lot of them. So they look up to me a lot, and I have to live by example. I have lived quite an exemplary life for them. So winning Ghana Premier League with Kotoko is not a big deal. With Samartex, you know, they came into the Premier League last season, and this season we are at the verge of making history. So it's the first time, and you know, doing something for the first time, the feeling is always different.
At age 23, Evans Osei-Wusu has proven to be the dazzling striker for FC Samartex, hitting the back of the net 10 times for FC Samartex in the ongoing season, making him the top scorer for his side.
Feeling it nice, but we only say Jumade because since I feel about say team here or the near I don't know. People are looking more from you. They also want to give you out more. They also my team then and I feel in I bano time to you. I think say Abia you who be into the media. The team then not on chair for now. Now be focused say maybe I'll give more to my club.
As the dream of winning the league draws closer, and with 2 goals separating him and the leading top scorer, the magnificent striker is already basking in the impending league triumph and even wants to finish the league on a high note with more goals.
I'm pai boni omjidi omoye munanti na omre kasa. Se no munye jidi omuse ebetimi agi league ni de. Yenso yenfa yeso jidi ni ya ho de enteche because here the say fa match be after match. Intini since I fa match be after match na say nyame adom na say 6 matches akai. If say it me e win ni nyina de I think say the cap is ours. Inti jidi omde nya say ebetimi agi no. Yenso e jidi aso intini yenso ye do our best say area ho de be kan na etimi achieve. So far my target is say ABA me pese at the end of the season no. Me pese me share ABA 15-20 no. Sisi my target na me focus me say Samartex bit me win the league no.
Beyond the socio-economic impact the Samartex Timber and Plywood Company has had on the community in terms of employment, Among other things, the advent of the club and its subsequent footballing activities have been an additional layer of growth. On match days, people from Samaboy and its environs come to support the team, and this creates a huge local economic growth for food sellers, small and medium enterprises.
Because the in Japan, Timmy area, buy Timmy area, and the surrounding villages in Nam, at a team Japan. And see a bomb pies, and maybe boy, Pania Winnie Capon. And see an anymore. I die about born a dear, Jacosopan, Motor dear, special moment and no and science, because Stadium Hokrampono. I'm a photo super.
Support is an essential element of the game of football, as supporters play a vital role in all aspects of a team. It is a life support which serves as oxygen for the players on the field during action. FC Samartex have worked extremely well to warm themselves into the hearts of the local indigenes by creating a sense of belongingness which gets them coming to the Nseche Sports Stadium every match day to cheer their darling club.
My major activity is to organize supporters and to also increase the support base of the club. That is the basic responsibility of supporters union. And there's other responsibility coordinating with the management, making sure that the club is in good position and everything. Fulfillment comes whereby you achieve your goal. And then the goal we set for ourselves was to be in top 4 in order to win the league. And once we are leading, I would say I'm much fulfilled and much grateful.
On any given match day, before the start of every game, the stadium announcer announces to the supporters who have converged at the fortress to abide by the culture of discipline, which include the non-throwing of any object on the field of play, notwithstanding the circumstances. This effort got them the Best Behaved Supporters Award 2022-2023 Premier League Awards night after the league season. Paul Ayamba, the brands and marketing manager of the team, tells the story of how they have managed to imbibe this culture into the SAC supporters and the community.
I have always been sensitive when it comes to issues of supporters, radism, and so on and so forth. Now, when we took over, a tacit support from the managing director, he bought into the idea that we cannot be engaging in hooliganism if indeed we want to run the club as a viable business, because we made them understand that no corporate entity will want to be married to a brand that is always in the news for the wrong reasons. The supporters leadership, with a lot of commendation to Malam Sadiq, with his executives, I think they also worked tirelessly, embarked on a lot of educational programs, talking to the supporters, and they themselves on match days will go to the stands and then let the supporters know why they should, make the venue very friendly.
The FC Samartex story is one that is incredible and fascinating. Division 1 in the last 2 years and 2 years in the top flight. They are on the verge of becoming Ghanaian champions. It would seem the dream of having to win the league must have come faster, something many clubs who have been in the top tier league for many years have dreamt of. Paul Ayamba is utterly delighted to be part of this amazing, imminent success story on the back of the many challenges that have come his way.
I'll be elated, especially from the background that I'm coming from. Prior to the start of the season, I think I would say I started the season rather on a underwhelming note. I lost my wife, who has been a backbone pillar in life, specifically my career as a football administrator. So it was quite difficult for me. It hasn't been easy having to cope with the absence of my wife and then education plus the work. But as far as possible, I've tried to, give up my best. And at the end of the season, we lost our colleague who has been with this club since its inception in 1996, Alex Eshen. Along the way, I was also involved in an accident, all in the process of working for the club. So if God in his infinite wisdom is going to crown Samartex, and for that matter myself, with this success, I will be much elated and grateful to the Almighty.
For a team that placed 10th in its maiden season in the Premier League and now first in its second season tells the weight of work and strides they have put into writing this beautiful script. As the league draws nigh, the anxiety is intensely building up, making the few weeks look like from the roots to the top of the tallest tree in the forest of Aboy, as they fondly call it. The human resource manager of Samartex conglomerate, Thomas Asase Jima, simply can't wait for the end of the season to start celebrating.
In the game we played yesterday, I wish that was the game that would crown us champions. We can't do it. We're just hoping that our competitors will drop points so that we can win the game earlier, even enough than waiting till the end of the season. If it comes our next game, we'll accept it. It's more than welcome. We are more than prepared. We don't want to be too overconfident, but I think we're also preparing towards it. We are also prepared towards Africa. These are things that you have to at least come on the table and have a plan for it.
The FC Samartex project has been a very calculated one. The 5-year plan was to see the club run through the process before winning the league in 2026. However, the long-term target seems to be arriving before its gestation period. This was made possible following the arrival of an astute football administrator, Edmond Aka. He has held several positions, including management member of Marcia Asante Kotoko, Midiama SC, general manager of Nzema Kotoko, and now FC Samartex. The wealth of experience by this man is another major reason the Timber Giants are grabbing all the headlines. Winning the league comes with demands and responsibilities, beside the jubilation and history. One of such obligations is accepting to play in the CAF Champions League. This venture is a very big and difficult one, an adventure many clubs shy away due to the financial implications. With a title victory imminent, the fear of supporters has been doused following the emphatic statement of going to Africa, made by the club president, Richard Dia in Surgery.
The whole thing is a project. Probably somebody will say, why do you even start this football? I think we all know that when you enter into this competition, definitely everybody wants to be at the top. Nobody comes into this league thinking that I want to be relegated. You either want to stay in the league or you win. So if we happen to win, which is part of our aspirations, I want to tell you, we'll be ready for Africa.
The team, led by Edmond Aka, has raised the bar, and the people of Amuakon, Tigaleko, Aboy, Samre, and other towns have embraced it with an insatiable desire for more. A challenge Mr. Aka has wholeheartedly accepted, pushing him to dig deep to align with the African participation dream.
The rest of the 3 years will still be pursued because by the 5th year we must take Africa by storm, not the league. We said we have to play in Africa in our 5th year. So if in the 2nd year we are going to play in Africa, it means that the 5 years is still, we are still pursuing the 5 years, and by the 5th year, or maybe not be going to Africa by going sick or by players participating. So there's still the 5th year, the 5 years plan is still in progress, by which time we will be able to take Africa by storm.
In the midst of the Cinderella ride, the instant impact of the man in the dugout, Coach Noureddin Amadou, has not gone unnoticed. The 52-year-old was appointed just last year from Division 1 club Future Stars and has changed the fortunes of the club within just a year.
Last year we were tormented by relegation, and now we we are sitting at the top of the league, which is a very good sign of good performance. So I think that we are all happy with the performance of the team this year. We have to play the final match until one can say that we are there.
With Ghana's woes in CAF interclub competitions, coach Noidin Amadou is already bracing himself for the responsibilities and challenges the Champions League campaign comes with.
We are going to beef up the team as many players, as many experienced players that our purchasing power will allow us, because it's all bound down to finances. And then the management, the board of directors, the investor, they're all aware that we will need to beef up the team if we are to go to Africa. So we will do our possible best based on our financial capabilities to see the number of good players that we can bring on board to beef up the team, and so that we'll be capable of competing in Africa just as our Dreams FC did.
Before the commencement of every season, clubs are mandated to subject their players to health screening exercises. This is to ensure the players are medically fit for the rigorous 10-month football season. The 100-bed Samartex Hospital has state-of-the-art equipment to cater for all the medical and scientific needs of the players. The chief superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Charles Mieza, explains the roles the hospital plays in the life of the club.
Every aspect of the company or every facet of the company that had anything, possibly could have anything to do with the company, to the football team, was integrated, and that meant that the health, the hospital facility was also brought on board to ensure that they got, ultimate care. So we started with the screening of players, players selected to join the team. One of the things that was of utmost importance to us was their health status. So the screening is very intensive. We go through the cardio, the physio, and everything.
The club has over 30 world-furnished rooms which houses the senior team. The facility consists of a kitchen, a gym for the players, TV room where they analyze videos of opponents and their players to smoothen their rough edges. The socio-economic impact of the Samartex timber and plywood company in the enclave is overwhelmingly significant. The company deals in timber and as a result have demonstrated in every facet of their lives, from stadium construction, VVIP lounge and power generation. Raw material for the power generation is a waste wood turned into sawdust before the power. With this, they have succeeded in generating their own 2.5 megawatt power to wean themselves from the national grid, without crude oil or gas to power their heavy-duty machines. Although 100 years too old, FC Samartex, like a few smaller clubs, has managed to put a 2,000-seater capacity stadium. It will interest you to know the whole stadium is made up of wood, a reflection of their timber and plywood business the company that owns the club deals in. As the Samartex storyline and sparkling dream unfolds before the doubters, it is only a matter of time before the timber giants look them in the face to tell them they are the greatest and have risen tall on the pitch. Yes, they made it and they could become Ghanaian champions.
This is Insurgent Sports Stadium, where in a few weeks to come, it will host the champions of the Ghana Premier League. 2 seasons ago, this particular facility was hosting a Division 1 League game by FC Samartex. But 2 seasons on, they are on the verge of being crowned Premier League champions. All things being equal, they will be crowned Ghana Premier League champions. And this venue become very historic for Samarboy. My name is Mike Lukule.